students, welcome to your IT class. So today we are going to start with our session 2, that is setting up writer and the formatting documents. Alright, so let us start our today's class. So before starting our today's class, let us do a small recap from the previous session, that is session 1. So in the previous session 1, we had gathered knowledge about what is a word processor. It is actually a package which processes textual matter, that is the text which we type in a document, and it creates organized and flawless documents. Flawless documents means errorless documents. Okay, then we had also gathered knowledge that a word processor offers various useful features like speed, you can say powerful editing features are there, formatting features are there, a permanent storage, okay, so that we can retrieve the documents later for our use. Then we can insert graphics, okay, then object linking and embedding objects, that is the different objects from Excel, PowerPoint, say for example a chart or a table can be linked to the document, alright, or can be inserted to a document. Then we have the spell check feature which offers us flawless documents through which we can type errorless documents there. And then lastly, the mail merge feature where we can type a single document, it can be sent to multiple recipients with the same content but with a different name and addresses. Then we had also gathered knowledge that a word processor automatically fits the typed text within a specified left and a right margin, and this particular feature is called as word wrapping. Then we had also gathered knowledge about margins, which refers to the distance between from the text to the paper edge. And margins can be of 4 types, that is the left margin, right margin, top margin and bottom margin. Then we had also gathered knowledge about the distance between the text margins and the page text boundaries and the page margin is called as indent or indentation. And the indents can be positive, negative or the hanging indent. Alright, then we had also gathered knowledge about the text layout within a paragraph with respect to the document margin is called as text alignment, and the text alignment can be horizontal or vertical. So in horizontal text alignment we have the left flush, okay, that is left align, right align, center or justified, and vertical text alignment we have top, center and justified. Then we had also gathered knowledge that the total height of a line including the extra spacing is known as line spacing, and the standard line spacing are single, you can say, that is the line spacing between the different lines in a paragraph or in a document. We can say the first one is single, then we have the 1.1 and a half, that is 1.5 and double. Okay, then lastly we had gathered knowledge about header and footer. So what is header? Header is the text or the graphics which is usually printed on the top margin, that is on the header part, and the footer is the text or graphics which you can insert in the bottom margin, okay, in the bottom margin area. So similar, say for example page numbers, etc., all this can be added to the footer. So these are the different topics which you had gathered knowledge in the previous class, okay, that is in the session 1. So today's learning objective, that is the learning outcome of today, that means after today's class we will have knowledge how to set up writer options, that is the default options, okay, the settings in writer, how we can set it up, and the formatting of a document. And how to format a document, we have the character formatting and the paragraph formatting. So character formatting, the different characters can be formatted using bold, italics, underline, using the font, changing the font color, font size, font style. And similarly a paragraph also can be formatted, okay, like we can add a border to a particular paragraph, or we can move a paragraph left or right. Okay, so accordingly these are the different topics which you will have knowledge after today's class. So let's start our today's class here. Okay, so students, we'll start a bit our today's session 2, that is setting up writer and formatting documents. So as you see this is the Untitled to OpenOffice Writer document over here, and you can see over here the different there's certain texts are already typed on this particular document. So our first topic from here today is setting up writer options. So how to set up writer options. Alright, so what happens sometimes, as per our own needs or requirements, we have to set up writer by setting up the default values for common features, and these settings will actually affect the text documents that we create in writer. Now to set up the options, okay, that which will affect the writer documents, what we have to do is we need to open the options dialog box by using the tools menu. So here you can see we have the tools menu over here, and from there we have to click on the options command, as you can see here on the screen. So as you click on the options command, the options dialog box will appear on the screen here, where it is written as OpenOffice Writer. Okay, and grid is selected because grid is selected over here. So what we have to do, as the open dialog box opens over here, we have to just click on the, if we just collapse it, we just click on the minus sign over here. You will see whatever folders are there in the Office Writer, it will get collapse. And as we click on the plus sign, you will see it will get expanded, and we will find the different options under this OpenOffice Writer. So here, from here, we have the first command. Okay, that is the first option, that is which is general. So if you click on the general tab here, so you will find this certain options will be available from here, that is update, and here you can see update links when loading. So here are certain options, radio buttons are given here, so on request and always. Why? Depending on certain work patterns, you may not want the links to be updated when you load a document. Okay, now say for example, if your file links are linked to other files on a network and you don't want those links to get updated, what you will do, that's why the on request option is selected over here. Then you have update fields, okay, and charts automatically. The next one you have, okay, then you can see here on request automatically fields and charts. Here the checkbox are always selected, so here it will be automatically get downloaded, and you can see here, or updated, as you enter the data in a database, or you say insert a chart in a Excel, so it will get automatically updated. And then next one we have is the settings tab, where you can see the measurement unit is given in centimeter, and the tab stop by default it is 1.2 centimeter. So here accordingly, by clicking on this options, you can change it. All right, so we will keep it as the default one, that is 1.25 centimeter. Then next one we have is the view option. So similarly, just after the general tab we have the view option. So as we click on the view options, you will see there are different options from the views, that is the guides. We can see the guides, where guides will be while moving, then simple handles, large handles, okay, the scroll bars, okay. On the view tab here we have the horizontal scroll bar, vertical scroll bar. So why these are checked? Because this will be visible in our document. Then ruler, the horizontal ruler, the vertical ruler. So all these settings we can uh, select, and if you want to display it, it will if you just click on the check boxes, and if you don't want, then it will not get displayed on the document. Then similarly we have the different, what you say, the formatting aids. Next one, here you can see, as you double click here, so here you can see as we click on formatting aids, the display of the paragraph, the custom hyperlinks, spaces, all these are checked by default here. And you can see we have the insert, okay, the paragraph alignment, all right, the tabs, different tabs and spaces. So these are the different settings which we can change here by clicking on the formatting aids options. The next one we have the grid options here. As you can see, just click on it and you will find on the right hand side, here we have snap to grid, visible grid. Okay, so if you want lines, grids on your document, it's a just check box. Okay, just click on the check box and you will see the grids will be visible. Now what happens, sometimes the grids are not visible. Okay, now why it is not visible? Because the reason behind that is the default color of the grid is very light. Okay, and it is not distinguishable from the background. So sometimes when you click on visible grid, the grid lines are not appearing in the document, because the background color of the, it is very light, the color of the grid, the default color of the grid is very light, and it is not distinguishable. You can distinguish from the background color, so that's why the grid is sometimes not visible. So here we have the check visible grid here. Okay, if you want to show grid lines, then check snap to grid option here. As you can see here, this one. So if you want to move moving objects to be aligned with grid lines, all right, then we have the specify horizontal here and vertical, okay, subdivisions over here. So these are the different options which we find under grid tab over here. All right, so these are the different options which we find from the options dialog box, okay, where we have to go to the tools, and from there we have to click on options and we get these options. These are the default options, and according to the users we can change it. All right, so this is the topic from our options here. Okay, that is how to set up our writer document. Then next one we have is our formatting a document. Now what is formatting? So as we find, you can see the formatting, all the formatting options you will find in the format tab over here. All right, now formatting a document means the general arrangement of text, which is known as formatting. Okay, so why we do formatting? Because it provides for the documents a nearer and a neater and more legible outlook, and it emphasizes certain text, and we can create a hierarchy of relative importance among the different elements of text. And there are several aspects of text formatting, like we have character formatting, paragraph formatting, okay, and page formatting. So first of all, we will learn about character formatting. So why is, we'll find this on the format tab over here. As you can see, I click on the format tab and you have the character option over here, where you can, or character command, where you can apply different effects on the character. So as you click on it, you will find that character dialog box will get open, and here we can see we can change the different what you can say, the font, different font style are there. Then we have the type, that is if you want to italics or bold, okay, accordingly you have to first select the text and then you have to apply here, and then accordingly you can change the sizes. All right, so then we can also apply superscript, subscript, okay, from the font effects we have here. The font color is there. All right, then outline, then strike through. So different what you say, options are available in the character formatting dialog box here, as you can see on the screen there. Then we have next one is the position tab. Okay, as you can see here on the position tab, if we click here, you have the superscript, subscript, where you can want to change your text, any text to the above the baseline. Okay, then this is the superscript, and subscript is below the baseline. All right, so accordingly you can change it. Okay, so here it is already checked as the radio button of normal is checked. That means there is no text which is where superscript is applied or subscript is applied. So accordingly, if you want it, you have to just click on it and you can see the preview here. All right, then next we have the spacing here, okay, which where we can change the spacing of the text. All right, below or after, so how much you want, say expanded or condensed. So accordingly you can change the spacing, okay, between the lines. Then we have the change case, okay, again the change case option, which is also applied in writer. Then as we know that there are mainly four types of what you can say change case options. So these are like, first one is the lower case. All right, so all this you will find in the, say, let us, for example, let us select this words over here, and then we have to again go to the format tab and click on character. So as we click on character tab here, so same way you have to click on font effects here. So as you click on font effects, so from there you can see, so here effects, nothing is selected here. So if you want capitals, you will see, you can see the preview how the text will look like. Okay, that is the uppercase. All right, then we have different effects over here which we can change title. All right, then we have lowercase, that means all the text which selected text will appear in the lowercase, that is in the small letters. All right, so let us use the capitals and just click on OK, and you will see the text which I have selected appear to uppercase, that is the title case. And similarly, same way we can change the color. Okay, either we can go to the format and then click on character, and then we can choose the font color from here, okay, according to your own choice. Or what you can do is, this is the preview over here. Okay, as you can see on the screen, the color, the font color got changed here. So similarly we can use, okay, so now we have our next topic is, that is format painter. So as we know, as we have already got format painter in MS Word, so it is same like here we have the format paint brush, or you can say, or the format painter tool. Now actually this format painter brush paint, sometimes which is called as format painter, is actually a tool which is used for so that we can quickly use it, okay, in order to copy the formatting. That means any formatting, say font size or style, from one particular selected text to another another to different what you can say, different text or paragraphs in a particular document, from one document to another. Now what we have to do in order to use format painter, so here different style, the The different font color or then text is, the size of the text is also used here in this particular selected text. So I have selected this particular text, which I'll be copying the formatting over the different text over here, the below one. So we have selected the text which we want to copy, and then we have to select a text then which that is whose formatting style we want to copy and apply to another text. So we have already selected this, and then you will find just near the paste button over here we have the format paintbrush or the format painter tool in the standard toolbar, and we have to just click on it. As you can see here, you can see the mouse pointer has changed to a fill bucket, and then we have to just click and drag to the styles which you want. So as we have clicked on it, you can see on the screen the same formatting which was applied in this particular text which I have already selected, and I use the format paintbrush tool, and I have applied the same formatting effect to the text which was typed below. Okay, so similarly we can also format our paragraphs. Okay, then align the text, that is text alignment. Okay, so we have 4 different types of text alignment, that is the left flush, right flush, center, and justified. So how, say, let us apply this on this particular document, this particular paragraph. So we have selected this paragraph here, and you can see in the formatting toolbar here we have the left align. So we will see the text is already in the left align. We can bring it to the center. As you can see, the text has appeared in the center. This is the right align, and this is the justified, which will align your text between the left and right margin. All right, so similarly we can align our paragraphs also. All right, then we can again increase and decrease our paragraph, the indentation of the paragraph. So say for example, the first line, only the first line you want to say, let us select the first line here. So say the only the first line we want to apply indentation. All right, so here we have the increase and decrease indentation buttons over here on the formatting toolbar here. So you can just click on the increase indent, and you can see how the text will move, okay, towards the margin. Then because the decrease indent, accordingly we can change the text, okay, to the left and right margin. Okay, so these are the different ways how we can apply indentation to paragraph, okay, or to the first line of a paragraph. And then we have the line spacing. Okay, similarly if we want to change the lines, the spacing between the lines, so how we can do it? So similarly you have to just select the lines which you want to apply the spacing here. You can change it from the properties dialog box over here, or what you can do is you can just go to the format tab over here and then click on the paragraph. So on the paragraph you will find indents and spacing. So from here you can choose a line spacing here. So here by default single is chose here, so you can click on 1.5 or double. You can see the preview over here how the text will appear, and just click on OK, and you can see how the spacing of the lines between each other in a particular paragraph has increased, because I have given the specified the line spacing as double. All right, so same way we can apply paragraph border also. Say for example I want to apply paragraph border to this particular paragraph. So what I will do, I have selected this paragraph as you can see on the screen, and then what I can do, I will just go to the format tab and again click on the paragraph dialog box will appear here, format of paragraph option, and from there I will choose on borders here. As you can see, so here by default no border is chosen over here. You have to click on the border option here where you want to set your text in between. Okay, so there are different options given over here. So here I have chosen to the second one. Similarly you can choose the set the width, okay, the style of the line, which type of lines you want. Double line is there. Okay, then I have chosen a thick border here. Similarly you can choose the color also for your border. Okay, so it will apply as red color. Just click on OK, and you will find that this particular paragraph has in this particular paragraph border has been applied. So these are the different topics which we have covered in our session today. All right, now let us summarize. So let us summarize the different topics which we have covered in today's class. So in today's class we had gathered knowledge about how we can set up the different options, the default options which will affect the text documents created in OpenOffice Writer. All right, so for that we have, what we have to do is we have to just click on the select the tools command, and from there we have to choose options, and from there click on OpenOffice Writer, and accordingly we will find the different options, the different tabs there where we can choose and see the default settings, and according to the user's needs we can change the different settings. So from there, then we had also gathered knowledge about that the general arrangement of a text is known as formatting, and there are two types of formatting, that is the character formatting and paragraph formatting. So the character formatting is concerned about making decisions regarding the fonts, okay, the different font size, the text attributes, that is the bold, italics, underline, which you can apply to a particular text, and the text positioning, that is the superscript or subscript, that is superscript is above the baseline and subscript is below the baseline. So accordingly how you can place your text, okay, how you can apply different formatting effects, that is known as character formatting. And formatting options can be chosen either from the formatting toolbar, or you can go to the format menu and then you can choose the character option from there. Then there are certain shortcut keys for paragraph alignment, okay, that is the central L is for the left, the control L is for left alignment, then Ctrl E for the central alignment, and Ctrl plus R for right alignment, and lastly control plus J is for justifying alignment, that means they're justifying the text or the paragraph within a document. Okay, so these are the different topics which we have gathered knowledge in our today's class. So after this video I have some home assignment for you posted in Google Classroom, and then I'll be sharing the exit card link which you are going to fill up and submit. All right, and at the same time keep learning. Thank you. Have a nice